Thank you for coming to to Institute of Crypto Anarchy. Maybe we can rename it to Internet of Crypto Anarchy. Um, to the to the talk of Martin Habovstiak, and Martin is also came here from Paralelná Polis Bratislava, which is second existing polis right now in the world, and we hope more is coming. If you are interested in these like crypto communities, which rise also, I can say thank to project of Paralelní Polis. Definitely don't miss panel discussion, which will open a Sunday program in the main hall. So definitely come here on Saturday in the morning. And Habo started programming when he was 11, as far as he, as he said. And he's very much into security, cryptography, Bitcoin. And he's a freelancer and author several of Bitcoin and Lightning related application. We just talked that he was also present at the Bleskomat workshop, which is the project which Rise the Hill also in Paralelná Polis Prague, and it's a project of Lightning Network ATM machine, and I think that Habo share with them some very interesting ideas, and right now he will talk about the UX challenges of the Bitcoin ecosystem. So Martin, floor is yours.
Thank you. Welcome here. I'm very happy to be here again this year for the sixth time for me. Yeah, I've been here every time. Let's not waste time. As you heard, I'm from Paralelná Polis. And since I'm from Paralelná Polis, I experienced firsthand the issues and the challenges that newbies experienced. And I saw them and saw all the things that they have to go through. And since I was there from the very beginning, I have about a year of experience, and I think there is a lot of information that is valuable and that should be shared. So, in order to show you what it's like to be a newbie in Paralelná Polis, this is how our Paralelná Polis in Bratislava looks like from outside. As you can see, it's smaller but longer maybe, I'm not sure. So this newbie comes to Paralelná Polis and approaches the cafeteria where he is explained that there is no euro accepted. And you know, like, what the fuck? No euro, it's just crypto. But don't worry, it's fine. We have professional crypto apostles that will explain to you, that they will help you create your wallet, buy your first crypto, and buy your first stuff with crypto. And some people even try to convince us, yeah, but just take the cash and I will make the wallet later. They would never do it later if we accepted the cash, so we have to reject it. So let's say that this newbie doesn't decide to turn around and decides to install the wallet. So we would instruct the newbie to go to Play Store or to Google Play or App Store, and he tries to download a wallet, and what happens in a few cases. So unfortunately, this is the reality of not too many. I would say it's fine, but there is few people who have this issue, there is not enough space. So first thing, if any one of you is creating a wallet, please don't think that, oh, whatever, users have a lot of storage, I don't care, BMPs are fine, they load faster, and so on. Please don't. Please really try to look at your code, at your data, if it can be compressed, if there is any optimization that you can do for it to be smaller. It really could help like we don't eliminate this problem at all, but at least decrease the likelihood even better. But fortunately, this is not this is a huge problem. There is much worse problem, and that is there are 24 words. So why would I write 24 words? Are you kidding me? We wrote so much in school, but never mind, just 24 words is too much. So there are two things. First thing is we pretty much have to, there are tons of wallets, and we have to decide which wallet to recommend, and there are tons of parameters and advantages and disadvantages. And so we concluded that the Coinomi was the best at that time, because out of all shitcoin supporting wallets, it supports both Bitcoin and shitcoins, and also out of all of such wallets, it's the most reliable. But it creates fixed 20-word seed. Why 20-word seed? Anyone is cryptographer here or have any idea about cryptography? Perfect. I can. Okay. I can explain this. So if you calculate the entropy, like the security of 12 words and 24, you will find out that 12 words is equivalent to 128, which is currently in cryptography like I would say it's standard that key this large is good enough. It's good, really, really secure. It's extremely hard to brute force 128 bits. You may hear about 256 bits, but that is just overblown. It's 256 bits are not that important. But why there is standard that allows for 24 words? So the history is that when Trezor guys were creating the first world hardware wallet, they needed to came up with some scheme to back up the wallet in user-friendly way. And so they figured out they could speed out the words, but when they restore the words, the user has to enter them via computer. So in order to defend against any attacks, the wallet mixes the words randomly. But what if you have less than, if you have like 12 words, it's just 12 factorial, which isn't sufficiently large number, but 24 factorial is sufficiently large number. So that's why they picked 24 words. But for, as you can see, for non-hardware wallet, for mobile wallet, that's overkill, that's not needed. So it would be, and I'm like a paranoid person using kubes.ls, the most secure operating system, but I'm also saying that this is too much, this doesn't add security, so really decrease the security. Actually, there is no practical security decrease. Decrease the number of words to 12, it's good, and like it still is like, okay, I have to write some words, but visually, it's totally different. Like it's half. It really feels weird to write down 12 words for me. Like, is it really secure? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 12 words. Whatever. So that's the first thing. Another thing are ATMs. So once he figures out how to set up the wallet, he approaches this ATM. So if you noticed this Bitcoin logo here, the little orange dot and the Litecoin logo. So what happens if you attempt to do this because somehow did this mistake? So long time ago, well, not so long time ago, there was this issue where this worked. And the issue was that the wallet didn't know about the incoming transaction. So the ATM did send Litecoins to Bitcoin address, and then we found the recovery procedure that we optimized to be fast enough, but it still takes our time, and it's painful, and the user is confused and scared and whatever. So please make sure to not sent to wrong addresses. Also, another problem after fixing that was that the ATM didn't say anything about the wrong QR code. It just stays there, and you can try like, oh, it doesn't work. You can create, you can try different angles, and it still doesn't work, and the ATM doesn't say shit. Like, what the hell? But fortunately, yeah. And the other thing I forgot to mention, there is a piece of glass, and the camera is inside. So the camera is pointed at piece of glass, and you are supposed to hold the phone against the glass. But since the glass is too clean, people don't notice and try to insert the phone into the glass. So that's another, like, what the hell? Like, they find out eventually, but it's not very nice. Like, you might think that those people are stupid, and they really feels like stupid, but many people do, and even smart people try to insert the phone into the glass because they don't see it, and they don't realize that the camera is in the bag. They think it's on the top, and there is no way for them to tell because they are higher than this. So this is interesting problem, but like, this is just funny stuff. Yeah, here's the Bitcoin logo closer. So fortunately, these days, if you try to do it, if you use the correct angle and the address is wrong, you get this message which says error, address is not valid for LTC. Great that they upgraded it after a year. No, not exact year, but yeah. Thank you, manufacturers of this ATM, for fixing this problem. Helps us a lot, actually. Like those cases where people send to wrong address, there, I think there was about 10 people in a year, so maybe one a month. Then Litecoin is slow shitcoin, so the user waits a long time, like from anywhere from minute to 5 minutes. There was some weird issue that I experienced recently, and there is no one else that's seen it. And I'm not sure if there was a problem with a network connection or with whatever. Basically, someone bought Litecoin and it didn't confirm in 1 hour. And then suddenly it confirmed. But when I looked at the blog explorer later to show like what the hell is happening, like there are 2 blocks 1 hour apart, I didn't see any. So I don't know what happened. Something strange, because I verified independently in blog explorer that there are no such blogs, and suddenly there were. So I don't know, maybe there was some kind of attack on Litecoin, but maybe I somehow screwed up something, or I don't know. So this is hard to say what happened. So yeah, Litecoin is too slow, unfortunately, for many people, actually. And let's say that he just bought coffee, he is now happy and wants to pay, and then finds out he doesn't know, he doesn't remember the password to the wallet on the phone. So if he was lucky enough to realize that the backups are really important, then he can recover the wallet. And if he wasn't wise enough, then he will be very, very sad, because there is no way to recover this. And this happened once from all this time. And maybe for this, I really recommend for wallets to detect whether screen lock is configured, which is possible on Android. On JOS, it's not possible. So on Android, you can detect this, and if the phone itself is locked, there is no additional security gained from requiring an additional password. So don't ask for password there. It is more likely that people will forget the password than that it will be stolen. There was no theft during the whole year, but one lost password. So statistics don't lie. But we have statistics from wider sample, so don't worry about this. And maybe if there is no lock on the phone, don't push person into creating password for the wallet. Really recommend him to like lock the phone. It's better. Basically, if there is any malware that can read the storage, that malware can screw up with your wallet so much that the password will not help you. So no additional security, and for large amounts, please use hardware wallet. But this is done, the experience, but there are other screw-ups that you might come up with. This is like, even this is kind of optimistic path where the person was explained that use Coinomi, very good wallet, like, I mean, very stable wallet um, and reliable. There was like one reliability issue during the whole year. But there are other wallets, and now I will have to criticize publicly some very, very bad wallets, and that is Coinomi. Coinomi is not just Bitcoin wallet, but shitcoin wallet as well. And as a promoters of shitcoins, they sometimes promote Bitcoin as a payment. By the way, it sounds strange that I don't promote Bitcoin as payments, but talk about this, because I think that Bitcoin will become a method of payment in the far future, but not now. But Coinbase, like right now, Bitcoin for payments and shitcoins are faster, better, whatever, but they provide so shitty user interface for payments that this doesn't make sense. So what's the shitty about Coinbase? Because if you want to scan QR code with address and amount, you have to enter the amount first, and there is no way around it. Like, what the hell? You need to manually type in the amount, then you scan the QR code, which already has the amount, and then if you messed up the amount, I believe the last time I checked, it takes your amount that you entered. So you send the wrong amount, and it will go to hell. So Coinbase is total shit if you want to pay, basically. Since I don't believe in state regulations, I believe in feedback and in market. I need to publicly criticize bad projects for doing bad things, because there is no other way without government interventions. And there are other shit stuff happening. For example, in the QR code there can be an encoded address and amount, but also only address. And the way the address and the amount are encoded is in a special thing that looks like URL. And so what a wallet, I don't know the name of the wallet. I'm pretty sad that I cannot like publicly criticize again, but unfortunately just try it out before you go out to pay. If you want to be sure, it looked somewhat yellowish. So the problem which this wallet did was it scanned the URL as a one thing and put it in the address field, that realized that the address is wrong, and it said like, wrong address, but it's not the address, it's called BIP21. Basically, the wallet which doesn't support BIP21, which is the most important payment method. Just don't call it payment wallet. It's shit wallet. So let's talk about Lightning Network and how it can be solved. Is here anyone who doesn't know what's Lightning Network? At least. Okay, I think I could skip this part with, does anyone feel like he wants me to repeat? Okay, okay. So let's say you want to join a Lightning Network, so you want to transact with someone. The basic building block is so-called payment channel. And so it's some kind of smart contract where you deposit the bitcoins, or the other party deposits bitcoins, and then you can spend from this channel to the other person. You basically update the balance. If I put 1 bitcoin in the contract and later I say that I want to give you half bitcoin, I will update the balance that I have half, you have half, and later I can update balance again. And again, maybe the other way, and so on. So we are, oh, it's screwed up, okay, sorry. where it screwed up during the conversion of format. Uh, but it looks correct on the other display. Strange. Anyway, you can like move this around, and that's the basic building block. And it's guaranteed that once you move this, you cannot unilaterally to take the amount back or whatever. You can close this channel, so if the other party is not cooperative, you can broadcast the transaction with last state. If you attempt to broadcast invalid transaction, all your money will be taken from this contract. So don't do that. There is also enforcement that you have to have something to lose all the time. But this is the main building block. And what is the Lightning Network? Right? It's called network. Well, if some people have channel with the same person, one person can send to the other person via middleman, and it is guaranteed that this middleman cannot steal the payment or cannot somehow overcharge this person knows the fees in advance. So he can send. Basically, the way it works is he sends a bigger amount and he receives somewhat smaller amount, and the difference is the fee that this person charges. And since there is a low barrier to entry, there is incentive to keep fees reasonably low. This is the Lightning Network, and why I'm talking about this. You remember the guy who was seeing his watch? So there is this first problem with Lightning Network is you still have to wait for the when you are opening the smart contract. It's normal blockchain transaction and you have to wait for it. So there is no way we could do this in Paloma Polis. So we were thinking, like, is there any way around it? Like, what could be done? Juraj Bednar had a talk about this also on Baltic Honey Badger last year. And later, after this conference, he talked to me, and I was like, yeah, we should solve it. And we were thinking, after several unsuccessful ideas, he went outside, and then I was thinking. And there is one interesting thing in the Lightning Network protocol that is implemented already, and that's when opening a channel, you can give away the amount to the other party immediately. So you can transact in as one operation. So this is nice for exchanges or whatever. So if you buy from ATM, it can open channel to you, or you will have already a balance there. But you still have to wait for blockchain, so no solution there. But I realized if I'm already trusting this machine, that when I inserted the bills, it will even send me anything, then it's not a problem for me to like trust it, and then actually the machine doesn't need to trust me because of the way the contract works. There is no trust involved from that part. So there is nothing actually preventing me from spending this channel outside of the protocol. Like officially in the protocol, it's made that way that both parties have to wait, but actually there is no reason for this limitation. So I was thinking about this, and I realized there needs to be some other work done. I will skip this this part maybe, but when this work was done, I realized like so close to implementing it, so close. Okay, so I wrote about it somewhere on GitHub, and one guy thought that it's a good idea and implemented it in his wallet. And maybe some of you read this article. Did anyone read this article? Great, yeah. So an article came out that Bitrefill created a new kind of service where you can buy this channel and spend from it instantly. And yep, here's my name in the article. Basically, Bitrefill decided to make business out of it, which make me very happy because it means that my idea makes sense, and there will be other people implementing it, and maybe hopefully more wallets, and hopefully Paloma Polis will be able to use that. And what kind of wallets does support it today? Bitcoin Lightning Wallet. Which is the Lightning wallet I use mainly because of this feature, but it has some other nice features. I really like it. Unfortunately, only for Android, sorry, JOS devices. So anyone has Android here and wants to try it out? Do you want to install it? You have it, okay. So here's a little competition for you. So the way turbo channels work, in order for it to be user-friendly, you don't show anyone QR code, you scan QR code, and the wallet asks the service for a turbo channel. So here's a little competition for you. Prepare your wallets. And when you slide right to scan QR code, you can scan special QR code, which is this, and whoever scans it first gets some satoshis. Hopefully it will work. Invalid secret. Did someone else steal it on the way? Sorry, if there is invalid secret, that means either that some staff stole it on the way, or someone, or maybe some of you was the first one. Anyone here recognizes themselves as being the first? Did it open a new channel? Yeah, great. Congratulations, you won the competition. So now you can go downstairs and get some coffee with this thing. I will try to be quick, so you can rush there before it confirms. It's still 1 satoshis per byte, so maybe you will be lucky. So basically, I would like you to feel the experience of paying with unconfirmed channel. That would be nice. Or maybe if you feel like that's a great idea, you can try to use my special website, ln-ask me, where you can place any question about Bitcoin or programming. And when you click ask, you get a Lightning invoice for 30,000 satoshis, and you can try it that way. So if you pay it, I will see it in my interface eventually, and I will answer it eventually. Unfortunately, not when I'm busy. So you can expect that I should, depending on the difficulty of the question, I should answer. If it will be something very easy, I will answer today. If it's something very hard, I might answer on Monday, because here at the conference, and also I have other stuff, I will not have much time for hard questions. Sorry about it. But that's all about user experiences. So I think this would be the best way to onboard new users. And there are things that this wallet does very well. It doesn't have any password at all. It has 12 words. It's very reliable. Like, I pay with this wallet in Paloma Polis, and it's like 2 seconds all the time. The only cases where it was about 2 seconds, it was about 40, and that was when I had misconfigured my node, and it caused slowness. But then I improved the configuration and bring it down to 2 seconds. So it's great. Also, I managed to pay in 1 second here. Like, it's probably historically first time. So my wallet knew about the transaction happening much before the terminal here. Which is funny, because receiver always knows about the Lightning transaction before the sender. The receiver knows that it happened before the sender. But still somehow the answer came back to my phone faster than it came to the terminal. So that's funny. So it's really fast and should work in cafeteria. And also for your channel, I think you should have some receiving capacity as well in addition. So if you will buy some other Bitcoins, you should be able to receive, but only after the channel confirms, of course. So that's all. for this. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm ready for questions. Yeah, there is a question.
Yes, we have questions. Thank you for your talk and questions.
Did you try, and if you tried, what do you think about the user interface of the Breeze wallet?
Yeah, Breeze is like, I would say it's my second favorite wallet. I would say it's difficult to say which is better because again, Breeze is great because it has just one balance. That's awesome. They automatically open channel to you. Awesome. They have integrated swaps with on-chain. Even more awesome. Like this is really great. So what I'm missing there is turbo channels, because when you install Breeze, you will have to still wait for the channel to confirm for the opening channel. They use pretty good fees, so maybe this 10 minutes, but if you need to do what we are doing in Parallelapolis, there is no way to wait for even for those 10 minutes. That will be even slower than the shitcoins. So unfortunately. But the Breeze wallet guys said somewhere that they would like to implement turbo channels. So if they implement it, there is one good news is that Breeze is available for JOS as well. So yeah, I saved JOS because it's like going to jail, very secure, but you don't have any freedom. This is available for all users. That would be also awesome. So yeah, Breeze is really great. What I'm sad about, it doesn't have seed phrase, and the reason, like, we could go with some small password or whatever, or the cloud for small amounts. We still say to people that don't put large amounts into mobile phones, but we still want to require seed because of one thing, and that it's training. We want to train people into better security, in at least in some way, because otherwise they could screw it up. So we decided that this is worth it. Like at least those 12 words is fine. So we learn how it works, and it's standard and supported in many wallets, so it makes sense. Yeah.
Hi. Full disclosure, I coordinate the development of a wallet and applications browser, and on a protocol that has state channels with smart contracts in them, so it's not just payments. I'm going to ask you a question that I ask myself all the time. You know, you mentioned all these struggles that we're currently going through, like people can't really, you know, they're just flabbergasted by this thing. And on the other side, we're hoping that it's going to be used more widely than just, you know, people that attend events like this one. What are, in your opinion, the biggest challenges and some of the solutions to actually getting people that are regular people to use crypto, not just for payments, but also for things like this or for applications that run on the blockchain?
Yeah. Good question. I was struggling with convincing people, like they were asking me a good question, like, why should I use crypto? Like, why? And really, why? Why should you use crypto? To achieve freedom. What if freedom is not interesting for me or something? And I came to realize that there is one specialty about Bitcoin and something that it focuses on, and that it's store of value use case. And it's really important part of money. And if I say to people, like, your money is being inflated away, and there is this harder money, and not just harder, that nobody can inflate, but there are very few people knowing about it, and more are understanding it and coming in. And as more and more people understand it, and economic incentives and everything is pushing more and more people to adopt harder money. History tells it. Bitcoin Standard Book is great at explaining it. So just use it to get richer, basically. And like, I'm not giving any guarantees. Like, I always say, like, it could fail. Even if I cannot imagine anymore for with all these research, like how it could fail exactly. But Still, it could fail, so don't put there so huge amount of money that you would kill yourself for losing or something. But this is currently, at least in Slovakia, in Czech Republic, in similar countries, this is currently like the most reasonable use case for most people. And there will be some people who need to buy something special on dark market maybe, or just in different country where there is very slow banking connection, or maybe they need to buy an account on the GAP social network or something similar. They will need to use it, and maybe if there is dictatorship in Slovakia or somewhere else, they will have to use it, just like in Venezuela. It's saving their lives, maybe. So these are the we really have to be intellectually honest, and that's the reality that for other people just don't care about anything else than maybe getting richer. And this is actually some good value proposition. And one day when everyone has it, then there is no problem. Like, okay, I will not sell one Bitcoin for I don't know how many billions of inflated shitcoin called euro or maybe dollar, and then they will buy it back. That won't work, because if the other person already accepts Bitcoin, okay, fine. And yes, I look forward to it. The user experience of this is huge. It's like paying in Palmapolis is much better than with everything else. There is no change. I don't have to carry a huge wallet in my pocket. I have a phone all the time with me. It's crazy fast. It's cheap. I don't have to fill out this large form. So I really look at it. I want it, but I must say we are not here.
Cool, thank you.
So let's say that the hyper-Bitcoinization event would happen. What functions or criteria would a Lightning wallet would have to fulfill to be stupid-proof on the level that it would prevent massive loss of user funds? Or like, how would it have to look like?
Good question. Well, I think backup is currently like weakest point for stupid proof, because I can pretty much imagine pretty well for everything else to be stupid proof. Like this wallet automatically buys Watchtower services for you, so that's interesting, and so on. So on the Lightning Network level, this wallet, the Bitcoin Lightning wallet, is stupid proof, I would say. Like, I really cannot imagine any way for you to lose funds with this wallet, except if the other person is stupid and sends the Litecoin there, of course. But the backup is the weakest point currently, and I had this crazy idea, and maybe some hardcore cypherpunks will try to throw rocks at me now, but I had this idea that maybe there could be special function where you insert a special device into the jack, and it will send over the seed word. And what would be the device? And I had this idea that it could be plotter, where you like see directly that the wires go to transistors driving stepper motors and drawing these seeds on a piece of paper. I think that's technically possible, although maybe sounds crazy and something that you would do in Palmapolis and not somewhere else, but something that would be really fun and help our users. But I don't think this will be ever implemented, but maybe some other way to do this. So I think this is the weakest point, because I really don't know how you could mess up with this wallet.
Okay, we have two questions, I see.
So I had a question about the turbo channels. So I understand these are useful in a situation where trust is okay. So
Yeah.
it's not a trustless
In a
situation.
way, trust is always okay. I mean, every trade is trust. If nothing is atomic, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Is there some point in the future where this channel becomes trustless, or is it basically stay where,
it's always trusted.
Okay.
But it doesn't matter because even now, like you insert bill into machine and you trust the machine to send you coins on chain, whatever. You always trust it. Actually, turbo channels are more safe than the old school version. And why? I think it's mostly academic, but still fun. Because the moment you spend from turbo channel, in this moment, you decreased your risk. Because if you put 10 euros and you have 10 euros worth of bitcoins and now you buy coffee for 2 euros, you have only 8 euros risk because you already spent those 2 euros. So if you wait, the longer you wait, the bigger risk is that there's something screws up and the transaction doesn't get confirmed because the guy double spends or he gets hacked and the person that hacked him double spent or something. The longer you wait, the more you risk. So therefore, this is safer than the old school version. So that's fun.
well, I mean, with an ATM.
But, you know, like 2 euros, like, screw it.
Yeah, if it's on chain, of course, it is trustless once it confirms.
Yeah, the moment the channel is confirmed, you do not longer trust the other person. So you buy. By the way, I'm also selling these turbo channels. That's the way I generated this QR code. So if anyone wants to try out, we can make a deal. And so you will trust me to not double spend this opening transaction. If you don't trust me enough, you can rush to cafeteria and buy tons of coffee. But if you trust me, you just wait for it to confirm. I always open with 1 Satoshi per byte. Why? Because that's the way I can be profitable, because for people who are receiving this way, they don't care about the time because they don't have to wait.
So you're saying once it confirms, it's trustless?
Yeah,
Ah,
exactly.
that's exactly what my question was. I
Yeah,
didn't understand.
that's true.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and if it doesn't confirm, there are 2 options. Either I am asshole and won't refund you, or something technical fucked up, and then I will refund you, or we will make some deal. So yeah.
So you would just resend the transaction if
Yeah.
it falls out of the mempool after 72 hours?
Yeah,
But
maybe.
that's what you do,
That's
probably.
possible. Yeah.
Okay. that's
But
fine.
I mean, like, I don't automatically check for this because it basically never happened. Like, 1 Satoshi per byte transaction just work.
Wow, okay.
At least now, like, if I ever have problem with that, I will solve it, and then I will also
Sure.
add some code to it. By the way, if you want to sell these turbo channels, you need fork eclair, and you need to have this front end to sell these channels. And I published the source code. So just hit me after the talk if you want, and I will give you URL, or maybe for how would I describe this link, which is pretty strange for watchers of this talk? Basically, if you Google my name and GitHub, you should be able to find my profile and then search for my Lightning project. I would say maybe. So that's possibility. So I published the code to create these QR codes and give them away. Of course, you have to have some kind of server or something.
Thanks for inventing turbo channels. I think it's a great contribution.
I'm very happy also.
I wanted to ask how long have you been accepting Lightning here in Palalipolis?
In Palona, in Bratislava,
Yeah.
not here. I think it was around from beginning of this year.
All right. So
Approximately.
So you have some experience.
Yeah,
now.
of course. I have experience with managing channels and stuff. There is some other stuff I could talk about if you are interested.
Yeah, that's what I was asking about. How often does it not work? How many?
Basically, it works every time if someone makes a turbo channel to my node.
Well,
and
sure.
I make really sure that my node works, it's well connected to Padonapolis, and so on and so on. It worked every time.
Sure.
Unfortunately, for other wallets, it's not uncommon to fail. And there is a funny thing is that there are custodial wallets which try to appear to be like, yeah, so whatever, you have like small amount and it's not a problem, and we manage channels for you, you don't care. But the problem is when someone has somehow broken wallet or something and the wallet is not custodial, I can tell them like, okay, show me the logs, let's work it out. We will find out which node caused this. I will either disconnect the channel or raise the fee to discourage this route or something, and we will solve this. But if it's custodial wallet, I know nothing and I have no way to make sure it works. Yeah. In case of Breeze, by the way, I made a connection to their server and then swapped out some bitcoins. So basically, that's how I rebalanced it. This is a really nice feature. So if you have Breeze, it should work reliably. Like maybe it might try other nodes because I had to set fees for the channel to somehow get back the cost of opening it and rebalancing, but if everything else fails, it should go through my channel, hopefully. And also I opened channel to these terminals here, so you should be able to pay from, if you are connecting my node, you should be able to pay here as well.
Thanks.
Okay, I think we ran out of time. We need to get ready for the next presentation. So thank you, Martin. Thank you
Thank you too.
and thank you for sharing.